Hello, welcome to the second part of this tutorial. We are just saying this is the second part, like this is the front side. The first one that we did is the back side. Okay, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, drop a lovely comment in the comment section. Let's get started. For those that are just joining us, we've already drafted the basic bodies, label everything. This is a continuation of the front. So next thing is to measure from your neck to where you want your cup to be. All right, so I'll just go ahead and mark it. Now from that neck down to your underbust is what we are going to use to draft the cup corset. So we are going to keep this pattern aside and then continue with this one. Next thing is to mark a straight line just like what you're seeing on the screen, and the next thing is to measure the length of that neck from the neckline to your underbust. So from the lower part, that's your underbust measurement. So from that your underbust upward, you're going to measure your bust point and then also measure the length, the total length from the neckline down to your underbust measurement. I don't know if you get it, okay, but just watch. So the next thing is to connect this line. This side we are going to measure the center front, and the other side we are going to use the side front. So from the neckline down to your underbust, you are going to label it chest line, bust point, and then your underbust. Okay, just like what you are seeing on the screen. Then on that underbust, you are going to divide your bust span into two and then mark it on the chest line, on the underbust, and then on the bust point. Then go ahead and connect the line as well. So on this side, we are going to use 5 inches instead of the 4 that we use for the bust span. On the side, we have to increase it by 1 inch and then mark it, connect the line as well, just like the way we did for the front. So this side, okay, is actually the side bust, okay, and the side where I label is the center. Okay, please don't forget. So on the midpoint of the bust span, you are going to go in by 1.2, and on this side you are going to go in by 1.2 as well. This measurement doesn't work for every bust size, so but if you are on a smaller size, okay, you can use 1 inch on this side. I've already labeled it on my previous video. If you are on a bigger size, you can use 1.5. Now you are from the center, from the bust point, you are going to come down by 1 inch or 1.5 so that the connection will not be pointy. So on the side, you are going to measure the same half inch or 0.7. You can use 1 inch, 0.7 or half inch, but don't let it get to the apex. Okay, and then go ahead and connect it just like what you're seeing on the screen. You can see the way I connected it, it didn't get to the bust point actually. And on the other side, you are going to use 0.75 upward and 0.75 downward. On the bust point, you are going to go ahead and do the same 0.75 on both sides. Now if your bust is small, you are going to use half an inch. If you're on a bigger side, you can use 1 inch on this side. Please, you have to watch my previous video. There is a video where I did a proper explanation on how to use these numbers, okay, because these numbers doesn't work for all bust sizes. Okay, so now that you are done, you're just going to use your French curve and connect it just like what you're seeing on the screen, from the side down to the under bust and from the center down to the under bust as well. So when it comes to the upper part, there's a technique for it. Now you're going to use either 0.7 on this side or half an inch. So I'll just use half an inch and then connect it slantly. And if you want it to be, the center front to be very deep, you can come down by 1 inch or 1.5 from the center front, but for me, I just want it to be like that. Like I said, this is what I was explaining. If you want it to come down, you can go to that bust point and then mark 1.5 downward just like this, and then connect it to the center front. For me, I don't want to connect it, so I'll just go ahead and connect this cup like what you're seeing on the screen, and then when you are done, you're just going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so if you've watched this video to this point and you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe, because that's the only way you can support me. And then when you are done cutting it like this, you can go ahead and label it 1, 2, 3. And also label the center front, the side front, and the upper part so that you won't get confused when you are done cutting. So here I've gone ahead to gum it. If you want to know how I did the gumming, all right, I've already made a video on how to do that. Then when you are done, you're going to shape it on your bust, on your bodies rather. So place it like this and shape it. Okay, so just like this, we are done with the cup corset. It's very simple. So our next tutorial will be on how to sew the cup corset. Now before then, I went ahead to measure the length of the cup. Because it's a paper, there was no way I could take it up to where I mark it, but it's actually complete. And next thing is to mark your bony line. You don't need to cut it out, okay? You can just follow this method. I'm not a fan of corset, but I make corsets for customers. All right, so at the end of the day, I'm not going to wear this. The one I made, I didn't wear it. I've not worn it since January this year, and it's just there. Okay, so now this is how it depends on how you want to label it, but you don't need to cut it out and then go ahead and shape the cup on your fabric, because you are still going to shape it out, cut it out, and replace this cup corset with the flat one. All right, so you can see how the shape of the cup piece is not like U shape. It has that curvy effect. All right, so just like what you're seeing, I'm just going to go ahead. As I've mentioned earlier, you don't have to cut this pattern out like step by step. All you need to do is just for you to cut the bodies, and I'm still going to show you at the end of this video. All right, so next thing is to go ahead and add your seam allowance. I've already reduced the side, so you can add 1 inch or 1.5, but for this tutorial I'll be adding 1 inch. You can add 1.5 if you want. I think 1.5 is okay. Okay, so when you are done, just go ahead and label it. You can see the way I'm following it, and in my previous video I've already cut out the side, like shape it to have this curvy effect downward. So if you want to know more, you have to watch the first video for you to understand what I actually did here. So just like what you are seeing on the screen, I'll just go ahead and make this pattern more clearer, and then connect my armhole measurement, and then go ahead and cut it out. So for the armhole, I'm just going to go ahead and add half an inch to the sewing allowance as usual. Okay, for the upper part, which is the yoke that we are going to cut out, you can decide to give it a shape or just leave it like that. Since when I was doing this video, I didn't have any particular style in mind, so we can see how the cup is, and following the shape, the measurement we took, it's complete. All right, so this is what we have, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. So if you've watched this video to this point, please do well to like, share, drop a lovely comment in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video with your friend, and before cutting it out, you are going to add half an inch for the turning, just like what I did there. You can add half an inch or 0.75. all right, so I'll just go ahead and cut it out, and then also cut the yoke out. So just like the way we did for the front, we are going to add half an inch or 0.75 on the lower part, and then go ahead and cut it out as well. I always prefer the front yoke to rhyme with the back yoke in terms of the armhole side, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the back and the front side to side, and then use the front to label the back. Okay, and one thing I always do is to make sure I label every part of the pattern. So this is the back and that's the front. Okay, so for the back, I'll just go ahead and connect it with my French cuff, cut out the yoke, and then go ahead and label it. All right, you can use your freehand just like the way you see me doing. If you decide to change the back, then it's fine. This is the back. Sorry, I wrote the front there, but that's the back pattern, the yoke, and then I'll just go ahead and label the back as well. All right. So the next thing is to cut out the cup corset of the front and then cut out the yoke. Please don't forget to always label your pattern anytime you cut. Always label it. Like this yoke, you are going to go ahead and label it. This flat cup that we are going to cut out, we don't really need it, but you have to label the side and just know where it's going to be. So you can see the way I'm cutting it like this. So go ahead and do the same thing, and when you are done, we are going to place the cup corset that we did just like this, and then this is how it's going to be at the end of the day. Then put on the yoke. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.